A priest was permitted to make himself ritualistically impure for his mother, father, son, daughter, brother, and virgin sister. The priests were not to shave their beards, mar the hair on the sides of their heads, or cut their flesh. They were to live holy lives as they presented the bread and offerings made by fire to Adonai. An ordinary priest, including chief priests, could not marry a woman who was a divorcee, a prostitute, or a profaned woman. A profaned woman in context was used to refer to women who were either of close relations with the priest or were the daughters of women who priests could not marry. If the daughter of a priest profaned herself with prostitution, she was to be put to death by burning. For the high priest, he was never to cease grooming his hair. Additionally, he was never to tear his clothes or make himself ritualistically impure for anyone. Additionally, a woman who was not a virgin or was a widow could not marry the high priest. This is expanded by the high priest being forbidden from sexual activity outside of marriage. Leviticus 21, 1 through 15. When they were to enter the gates of the inner courtyard, they were to wear linen vestments. When they left, they were to remove their linen turbans, linen underclothes, and linen robes. They are not to shave their heads, but keep their hair trimmed. A priest was to abstain from wine and marry only a daughter of Israel or a priest's widow. They are not to shave their heads, but keep their hair trimmed. A priest is to abstain from wine and marry only a daughter of Israel or a priest's widow. They were to teach the laymen the difference between holy and common, enabling them to determine what was clean and what was unclean, or ritualistically pure and ritualistically impure. Additionally, they were to judge in controversies and render decisions in adhering with Torah. No priest would be permitted to approach a dead non-priestly man. Only if the death was in his immediate family could he tend to the dead body. After burying the relative, they were to be purified and isolated for a week. After the week ended, he was to make a sin offering. Their inheritance is to be this: I myself am their inheritance. You are not to grant them any possession in Israel. I myself am their possession. They are to eat the grain offerings, sin offerings, and guilt offerings. Everything in Israel devoted to Adonai will be theirs. The first of all the first fruits of everything and every voluntary contribution of everything from all your offerings will be for the priests. You are also to give the priest the first of your dough, so that a blessing will rest on your house. The priests are not to eat anything, bird or animal, that dies naturally or is torn to death. Ezekiel 44, 15 through 31. It is in union with Christ that the Gentiles, regardless of which two genders or the status of being a slave or free, along with Israel, have become the King's immersed children through such trusting faithfulness. Such union is the intended meaning of the seed of Abraham regarding Genesis 12:7, 13:15, 17:7, and 24:7. Galatians 3:26 through 29.